This one's for Savage. Bud, I didn't do that to hurt your feelings. Listen, I think I meant to make another video last night because I read your other thing, and sometimes I misread things. I have some PTSD, bud. All I was trying to say is, because I don't know your situation. If you were talking to God, like, was God telling you ungodly things? Were you actually doing good things with these voices that you had? Like, I don't know your situation. And you felt scared. Like, you couldn't tell anybody, right? Right? Just didn't want to look crazy. But you knew out of all the shit. Like, this is the thing. I don't know your story. I'm making an assumption. But if that's the case, dude, this is the problem. We're not supposed to talk about things. If you felt like you could rationally decipher and you're not doing anything wrong, the problem is that you don't have anybody there to talk to figure out what's going on. Because there's nowhere to go for that anymore. Because you don't want to look crazy. And if you go tell a professional, they won't actually listen. They'll judge you and prescribe you a pill. This is a weirdo world, man. A weirdo world. Like, this is what I mean. We could help each other, Savage. Maybe I could help you with your situation, and me learning about yours could help me with mine. This is, I don't know. Okay, look at it this way. I'm going to tell you a little story from yesterday because I try and learn lessons from everything. My kid don't talk to me. He's almost 19. So we're having a little bit of a conversation yesterday. And I tried telling him to look into something in the music industry. Just look for himself. And then somehow he got on the thing about, because he wanted to poke back at somebody that I like. And Russell Brand, for some reason, he dislikes Russell Brand. So what I asked for him to do is let's sit down, pick a random episode of Russell Brand, and we both do up bullet points of what we like and what we dislike about what he said or how he acted. My son wouldn't do that. He's like, he's an idiot. I don't need to watch it. Why don't you sit down, anybody, sit down and watch an episode of Russell Brand and tell me that that man's a hater or wants any harm for anybody and doesn't want to help the world. And my son dislikes that guy. But would probably, well, he does, Lil Uzi Vert, and there's a bunch of good ones out there. Those are the people that my kid looks up to. But I'm not supposed to say anything of what I think's going on. Right in front of everybody's eyes. and no one's willing to take a look. And if they are willing to take a look, they're not willing to say anything because they actually know that they're putting something on the line. Maybe, what's his name? My opinion. Maybe he's right. Maybe I need to start picking on some other people. Thinking about doing a video on Kenneth Copeland. False prophets are next. And if they're if they aren't false prophets, they have nothing to worry about. So I might as well get the party started. I know you guys think this is a big joke and it's not really going anywhere, but I do. So that's why I prepared in my earlier videos. So Trudeau and like I got like tons of like these people are pointed out and they're on video and you can go check them out for yourself. But they're Satan babies. That's what these people are. Victoria Nuland and the 52 names on the Biden laptop from the FBI. Because, like, they think they're not really hurting anybody. They're just getting some money in their pocket and they're not really creating that much karma for themselves. Well, let me tell you different. Because if people didn't have the right information, they are just as responsible as the person who paid them all or whatever to say whatever. Just as guilty. So that's a lot of souls. That's a lot of American souls. That's a lot of souls all over the world. That information being kept from the world. That's a lot of souls not knowing the truth about the man in power of the American country. The CDC. Check out the percentage of those people who got that. Yeah. How many souls did they affect? Oh, the Fauchmeister. The Fauchmeister. Don't have to say much about that one, eh? Like, oh, Fauci. Like, he must. And the funny thing is you guys don't get Fauci. Oh, he loves him some Fauci. Did you know his house is full of paintings and pictures of himself? Like, I preach that you need to love yourself and stand up for yourself. But there's like, I think you cross a threshold. Especially when you don't care that your actions affect the entire world. And you can perform like that on a world stage. And people don't think that the people standing right next to them might not be a Fauci. They just don't have the money and power that Fauci has. This is what I mean. Watch who you surround yourself with. Because it just might bite you in the end. Because you're too loyal. Unwilling to learn from others. Anyway, Savage. Anyways. What I'm trying to say to you, bud, is I'd love to talk to you. I'd like to give you my opinion, but I'd have to hear your situation if you felt comfortable enough. But I can't read, dude. I misinterpret things sometimes. Like, dude, on the TikTok, listen, it's my fault sometimes. I get excited because I look for trolls and I get people writing on And sometimes the good comments, I read them as bad ones when they were intended to be good. And then I got people going back on the comments saying, I was sticking up for you, bud. But then I have to make a TikTok saying, hey, sorry, buddy, I'm an idiot. Because I didn't take the time and read it properly. But hey, if you did say that the way I interpreted it was pretty good, eh? But hey, see, we all say things that we don't mean sometimes. Sometimes we're saying things about things we don't really know what we're talking about. Because we didn't understand what the person was actually saying. So Savage running away and unsubscribing to me when I always say I'll communicate, that's not being disrespectful, bud. That's letting people know that I respect myself. And maybe if I went too far, because I didn't have all the information, I can go back and wrong that right. But I'm not sorry it happened, because I learned a lesson from it. I just need to make it right. So the truth is out there, whether it works for me or against me. Because the truth never really works against you if you always have good intentions. That's why I don't worry about anything I ever say. I've said a lot of untrue things, Savage. A lot. Some of them are made up in my head, and some of them were lies that I continued from others. But the best part was finding out they were lies, so I knew the truth. But anyways, Savage, I hope you stick around. But if you don't, that's your free will. And God gave that to you. And I have 2 more videos at least I got to do today. One's a warning. And the other one, I'm going to point out a false prophet if you guys are interested. One of the main false prophets of the world. We're gonna call him out on a video, okay? See you guys.